What's up, people? Welcome to the latest episode of Who TF Is, because we can't say TF in the first minute because YouTube does not like that. I'm RGT85, and joining me today is the illustrious Jordan Fringe. I think that's a good adjective for you.
I like that. Illustrious.
Jordan, how are you doing today?
Not bad, not bad. How's everything going on your end?
I mean, it's not bad. Waiting on an Instacart delivery right now. Ordered a bunch of meat because I like meat. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you. So my first question for you is slippers. Do you like slippers?
I haven't become accustomed to them myself, but I do support them. I have nothing wrong with them.
I just bought a pair and they're really changing my life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You just walking around the house slippers all day?
Yeah, I got smoke a cigarette, slippers, like, maybe throw out the trash in the slippers. I'm kind of 50-50 on that because I don't want them to get too dirty or anything like that.
Sure.
Ghosts. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
You ever had an interaction with a ghost?
I would like to think, but at the end of the day, it could just be me in my mind seeing things, playing tricks on me.
How old were you?
I mean, throughout my teenage years, probably a couple things, with your friends. Let's go into the creepy woods in the middle of the night and see what we can find. Oh, we hear a noise,
Okay.
that type of stuff.
Aliens.
Yes,
For sure, aliens.
absolutely, no questions.
Seen anything?
I mean, when I was a kid, I thought I saw a UFO and like a shooting star type deal go through the sky. But other than that, I mean, I just believe.
No probing or anything, right?
Not that I'm aware of. I haven't woken up sore, and so I want to assume no.
Yeah, because how could you really know? Because I
You
feel
just,
I feel like that would wipe your memory.
yeah, I think you just wake up and you go, something's off.
What's up? Why do they do that? Like, what's in your butt that aliens want? Like, I don't get it.
Information.
Okay.
I think they'll find it eventually.
So you've been on YouTube for a while now. I've known you for 7 years probably by now. I probably
7, 8, at least a decade at this point almost.
I've known you actually longer than I've known anyone else on the Spawncast. And this isn't just me interviewing people on the Spawncast. These are just the easiest people to get a hold of. And they're used to my erratic schedule of, hey, what are you doing in 20 minutes? So that's why I pick these people. I will have different people in the future. But you've obviously been on YouTube for a while. You've had a bunch of different projects. I think we've actually worked. Remember that? Were you on that YT show?
Yeah.
That was
one more run, huh?
One more run. Wood was the mastermind of this channel called That YT Show that had a bunch of different people doing different things on there. And that man would always yell at me, "Your audio's not crisp, mate." And I'd be like, "Dude, there's gonna be fucking 600 people that watch this. Who gives a shit?" But he was interesting to to work with on that. But obviously, the Jordan Fringe channel, the Jordan Fringe brand, seems to be the one that's definitely sticking. I feel like as an outsider looking in, you've done a lot of projects, and I don't know, I could be wrong on this, but I feel like you finally found like your place and what makes you happy to talk about. And then because of that, the success has just been astronomical. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, I would say so. I have a big problem with stagnation. If I'm doing the same thing, I'm not doing anything that like works for me in terms of like personal growth, then it's hard for me to stick with it. And that's why I've changed and done so many different things, because I like dipping my toes in, see if this is right for me, trying the different avenues. And what's great about what I do now is it lets me do different things every single time. I'm not making the same product. I'm not watching or looking at the same things. And I don't know, it makes me happier. And I think just treating it that way, just whatever makes me happy and keeping it like still at a hobby level.
Yeah, but I mean, it's obviously been extremely successful. Like you're well over 200,000 subs now, right?
Yeah, we over 200,000 now, almost at 215, and the channel's been doing great. I've had a lot of great support over the past 8-9 months. I'd say the channel's just really taken off, and I appreciate every single person who gives it a chance, because it was not so easy being like, hey, I want to try something different, and everyone kind of just laughs at you and go, no. So
well, I mean,
it was nice.
Hindsight is obviously 2020, but I mean, it was a good idea. Like, it's just So I could never do something like that because you're what, 10 years younger than me, something like that.
I'm 27 right now.
Okay,
Turned
so you're
28 this year.
okay, so
Yeah.
you're like 9 years younger than me. So like a lot of the shows you talk about, they're like right on the cusp of like when I wasn't watching. Like if you do a Doug episode, like that's my jam. Like original Doug, none of that
Yeah.
ABC bullshit. I remember when I got the Disney Channel, I was like, "Oh fuck, they got Doug on here," and then it was this stupid ABC one with Patty Mayonnaise with the short haircut, and I'm like, "Come on, man, where's the classic Doug?" Are you?
I'm working on a Doug video, and it does touch on both, and it's really kind of about that. And that's something that'll probably come out in the next month or two, probably.
So you are a Doug fan?
I'm a Doug fan. Yeah, obviously, Nickelodeon's Doug was where it was at over at Disney's
So
Doug,
much
because
better.
Disney gave Doug a movie called it Doug's first movie and his only movie. So
Doug's first and last movie. Fuck you,
at least,
Doug.
hey, at
You
least when
bombed.
Pokemon said, "Hey, this is Pokemon the first movie," they went on to have 20 other movies afterwards.
Right.
So Doug didn't even get a sequel. So
Who is the grilled cheese gamer?
that's a good question. We refer to the grilled cheese gamer as an omnipotent being. Really, it's just it's just my cousin.
Okay. So he's Christ-like, omnipotent. He's always
Yeah,
there. He's like Santa. He's always watching you, whether you're good or bad.
yeah, and I think it really it boils down to what the essence of a grilled cheese is, right? You're never worried about when you're going to have your next grilled cheese. You just have it every once in a while. It appears because you can make it easy. You're like, oh, I should make a grilled cheese. Haven't made it in a while. And it's gone. Then you do other stuff. Forget about grilled cheese. You don't even think of the concept of putting cheese on bread and cooking it in a skillet. You don't even worry about that. And then one day you're just like, yeah, I can go for a grilled cheese. And then boom, pops back up.
See, I use a Foreman grill
And you could do that as well.
because
Either way.
I am someone who eats. I actually had a grilled cheese with my tomato soup last night because that is one of my favorite meals: a grilled cheese and tomato soup. Are you a fan of tomato soup?
Yes, specifically, that's my go-to soup.
It's a good soup.
It is. People sleep on it. I'm not a big fan of like, oh, I need to have a chicken noodle soup. I need to have this. I need to have soup in general. But tomato soup, absolutely, with either some saltine crackers on the side or
Mm,
grilled cheese, easily.
maybe a couple oyster crackers too.
Oh, absolutely, drop a couple in there. Yeah,
So you like Spyro a lot.
yeah. Unfortunately,
What's up with that? How did this become a thing?
it became a thing. I grew up with Spyro, and it was a game series I play with my dad, and it's something that I played every year and complete through every year, and I just really, really like the games, and I know a lot about them. And then, of course, when Crash came back, and I love Crash, just it's almost as equally as much, but Spyro still edges that out. But with Crash Bandicoot, when that came back around with the remakes, it was really just put me on a campaign of going, why not Spyro? Why can't we do it with Spyro? And then that launched when I had that whole year long of, hey, Spyro stuff. And then it became real. I feel like I talked about it enough. It became real. And, here we are years later. Now it's just a distant memory.
You forced it into existence.
I'd like to think that I thought really, really hard enough, and then it just appeared, and I was like, wow, that's really cool.
And then
And it was really good.
I feel like the grilled cheese gamer may have helped with that too, with his omnipresence.
I think he pulled some strings. He had a phone call, made it happen. He does that,
What's your favorite convention story that you can tell?
Favorite conventions that I can legally tell.
Statutes of limitations have run out on it.
You know what I'm gonna say? It was a really recent story, and it's nothing too crazy. It was at Too Many Games this past year.
Okay.
The one that you unfortunately said, nah, I'm too good for.
Shut up.
And it
Who's
was just
moving?
yeah, well, you could have moved yourself over to come to the convention. It was just the fact that it was so memorable, it was like the best time I've had at a convention that wasn't solely based on, are we going to party tonight? What are we drinking? Who's coming around? It was just a bunch of people hanging out around the fire pit and just talking and having a good time and enjoying each other's company. And everyone was in a good mood. It was like the first big comeback of going to any convention after 2 years, and it just felt nice. And since that's the most recent in my brain, that's the like happiest and like At least one I could share. I don't think I can really share much of old past con experiences, but there's a little wholesome. There's a little wholesome, so I
Yeah,
liked it.
because most con stories aren't really wholesome.
No, they're not.
There's a lot of seedy things that happen at conventions, which is
Yeah,
why, because I really haven't been to a convention since like the channel got like super big. I don't think I have, at least. And
I
like,
think was the last one was like too many games for you before the pandemic.
yeah, well, no, I didn't do 20. I think it was 2018. Too many games was my last one. I had a table there and stuff, so I guess I was somewhat solidified. But yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit that happens at conventions.
Yeah, takes a lot out of you.
What are you looking forward to this year? Whether it's movies, music, games, conventions,
Um,
whatever.
I don't know. I'm just looking to find like personal happiness, like to get where I feel comfortable with my life and the things I'm doing, and that's really my main goal. And as far as anything else, I'm looking forward to. There's a new Jurassic World movie coming out this year. I'm looking forward to that more than any other film that I can think of.
Now that has original characters coming back, right?
Yeah, that has the original three all coming back.
Yeah, it's a spicy meatball.
It's gonna be big. I think that the official trailer drops at the Super Bowl. I'm very excited to finally.
Really?
Yeah, this movie was supposed to come out last summer,
Right.
and it didn't, and I was very sad that I had to wait a whole extra year. But I think it'll be worth it. I think this movie's gonna be something special because this is. You remember the Lost World, Jurassic Park, the Lost World.
Yeah.
At the end, the T-Rex is in the city. Like this is what I've been waiting for. This is crazy. Like
Yeah.
the dinosaurs are in the, and then they just take it away. Like nah, never mind. No more dinosaurs in the city. And then this film is like that promise that dinosaurs have retaken over the world, and that's super exciting.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Because that was, people shit on Lost World and Jurassic Park 3. I think they're very enjoyable for
I
what
do.
they are.
Yeah, I can completely. I'll be the first person to tell you. The third movie, it had so many problems behind the scenes. That's why it's only an hour and a half long. Like it was, there's so much stuff that was wrong with that film in making it. It's not a great film, but it's fun. And the second one, I do think is a great film that has bad parts within it and cringy and bad dialogue at certain points. But I still really the second film has one of I think the most tension from any scene ever. And that was when the trailer is hanging over the cliff and the two T-Rexes are coming in. You cannot tell me that is not like you're like, oh, what? I have no idea what's going to happen. It is so tension filled. It is great, and I'm glad Jeff Goldblum, really got to shine in that film.
I'm glad Jeff Goldblum got the Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship because, obviously he's hurting for money.
Obviously, I thought that this was a
Obviously.
good. Are we sponsored by them? Are we cutting to a?
Hell no. They hit me up in an email, but I haven't responded back. They always try to, like, I always spitball a number. They're like, how about like 1/5 of that? And I'm like, come on, dude. I know you're fucking handing out bags to everyone. Why can't I get one?
They gave it all to Jeff.
Seriously.
They paid Jeff all that money.
Probably
I
on
didn't
like,
even know what he was doing.
yeah, Raid Chat. What? Raid? There's the bug spray? Okay, I got it. Do you like Independence Day, the movie?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do too. It's a pretty good
It's a
movie.
good movie.
What's up with
Classic.
I actually have a question for you that's not even pertinent to this. What's up with this new Batman thing? I've been seeing a lot of this shit about a new Batman movie. The only two things I know is it's like going to be really long, and I think Michael Keaton's involved.
Uh, okay, so there's a lot going on there. So this Batman movie that's coming out in March is a standalone Batman movie. It has no connection to anything that they've done with all like the Justice League stuff recently. It's by itself, similar how like the Joker movie was a by itself film. And it's a new Batman with Robert Pattinson playing him. It's directed by Matt Reeves, who did the last two Planet of the Apes movies that were really well received, and the first Cloverfield. And that film, it'll be the longest Batman film. It's well, unless you count the Justice League Zack Snyder cut. It's 2 hours 55 minutes with credits, so it's like right under 3 hours. But with Michael Keaton, he is coming back as Batman, but not in this film. The Flash movie, Flashpoint, they're kind of resetting a lot of the DC universe, and it's going to be like a goodbye to Ben Affleck's Batman, and then Michael Keaton's Batman comes back from the original movies, and now as some sort of mentor, I assume, but he is returning, and so is the Batmobile.
This is very, see, this is why I can't do these movies, because there's like so many universes within the multiverse, within the, this is happening here. It's like the fucking comics and shit. Like there's like 30 different X-Men comics and they're all like different time frames and stuff. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's just too complex for my stupid brain, but like I liked like Batman, and then Batman Returns, and then Batman Forever was pretty cool. And then it was just like, okay, that's it. You know, because do you like Christian Bale as Batman? I thought he sucked.
I think
I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
he was a good Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Than over Batman. I think I like Affleck's approach to Batman over modern. When we're just talking about the more modern Batman right now. I think Keaton's the icon when it comes to it. You know. Yeah, I think Batman had the better, because Batman with Ben Affleck, he was a better Batman because we rarely got to see him as Bruce Wayne. He was very rarely Bruce Wayne. He was just like, I'm full Batman. This is the character I get lost in. And Christian Bale brought the human side out of it rather than Batman. So I do like the Dark Knight trilogy, though. I do really like the Dark Knight trilogy.
Batman. I couldn't get over that. It's like, give this man a lozenge. Give him some salt water to gargle, clear his throat out. What are you doing? What are you doing? I think
it's funny in the third one, in the final part of the trilogy, he still does the voice when he's fully in character, even when no one's around. And it was like, I mean, it was played for comedy in the scene, but when you really think about it, like he's just doing this voice by himself, because Selena Kyle, Catwoman's there, and then he turns around and she already disappears, and he's still talking. He goes, so that's what it feels like. It's like, hey, you know, no one's here. You can talk regularly.
I don't know. It's just something about it. Just, it never clicked with me. And I was like, I don't think the movies are bad, but
yeah,
I don't know. They're just, you know, Dark Knight was, you know, fun, but I don't know. What was the one where it was like Begins? That's the one I didn't like.
That's the first one.
Yeah, I didn't like that. There was way too much non-Batman stuff. And it's like, oh, look at me. I'm in this sandy little prison. Oh, I need to get out of this prison. And it's like, fuck, dude, you're Batman. Like, do some cool shit.
He was beginning.
Yeah. But I mean, he began when his parents got shot in the streets of Gotham City. Like, that's your beginning. You're like, all right, fuck this. I'm going to figure out who killed my parents and then never kill them. Just thwart their plans, which... it's kind of weird if you think about it.
Sometimes Batman in some stories kills, sometimes he doesn't.
Because there's a million stories.
Ben Affleck, his Batman killed people. I do think this Robert Pattinson one, he's going to kill people. It looks really gritty, and I do think he's just he's going to absolutely just beat the crap out of some bad guys.
Well, he's going to bite some necks, is what he's going to do. I'm like Twilight, bitch.
So I mean, how funny. He was a vampire, and he's a vampire bat. Like, it's crazy how the world works.
I mean, time is a full circle or something.
It is.
I mean, sunrise, sunset. All right, I think my Instacart order is coming soon, so we're going to wrap this up. Jordan Fringe, thank you so much for coming on. Anything you'd like to plug or say to the listeners, viewers of this video?
Nothing really. Thanks for having me on. If you want to check out my content, my name's Jordan Fringe on YouTube. Check it out. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, man.
All right, this is Jordan Fringe on Who the Fuck Is on RGT Live and Extras. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are new here, hit like, subscribe, all that bullshit. And yeah, we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.